Now, how does inflation happen? It has to do with this thing called the money supply. All right? There's X amount of currency out there. Pick a number. Okay? There's 10 trillion, 20 trillion, pick a number. Okay? But there's X amount of currency out there. That currency is in circulation. All right? What is that currency being used for? It's being used to make purchases. That's what an economy is. An economy is trading, transactions. You have a buyer and you have a seller. And the medium of exchange is money. Now, you have X amount of money out there chasing all the goods and services that are produced in an economy. And an economy is simply the sum total of all of us. Everybody in a nation or a group, okay, the sum total of all of our transactions is called an economy. All right, now we have X amount of dollars, or whatever currency we're using, chasing this fixed amount of goods and services. Now, what happens when we increase the money supply? Now, again, I'm just picking numbers out of the air. Okay, don't hold me to these numbers. I'm just for illustration purposes only. Let's suppose that we have $1 million in our little economy. It's a tiny little economy. Okay, that's probably your personal economy this year. But you have $1 million in your economy chasing X amount of goods and services. Now, all of a sudden, you go from $1 million to $2 million. But the amount of goods and services has not changed. You have a static amount of goods and services for sale. But now we have just doubled the money supply. We've gone from 1 million to 2 million. Now, when you have twice as much money chasing the same amount of goods, what's going to happen to the price of those goods? Your price is going to go up. Well, we divide that $1 million among us in the room, right? So however many people we got in this room, we divide it equally between us, and each of us has got $50,000. All right? And we want to buy Glenn's camera and tripod. And Glenn is saying that, you know, he bought it for $500, but he's selling it for $1,000. We all have a lot of cash because our money supply has been doubled, right? So we all have a lot of cash. It's not a problem, and we all want the camera. So what do we start doing? We start bidding up the price. All of a sudden, a $500 camera costs $1,000, or maybe you get $1,200, or $1,800, or $2,600, because there's so much cash chasing that camera and that tripod that the price goes up. That's called inflation.